what is yoga for you? Since, also music and yoga are connected, I feel, you know,
Absolutely.
you must be knowing about the different energy centers, psychic in our psychic body, chakras.
Absolutely.
They're connected
Absolutely.
with the sound vibrations. And I believe that is how the healing, the mental, physical level happens also. So, what is
Absolutely.
yoga for you, Heshima?
So yoga for me is the unification of the body and the mind.
Hmm.
It's when the mind and the body come into alignment so that one is not controlling the other. There's a
Hmm.
balance between the mind and the body, which really ends up creating inner harmony, right? Or stillness, or as the Yoga Sutras talk about, as Patanjali talks about,
Hmm.
getting to the point where the mind is like a still pool of water,
Yeah, yeah.
really still, so that no matter what's going on around you, the practice of yoga can get you to the point where the outer environment is not affecting you, where you can walk in and affect the
The environment.
environment,
Yeah,
right?
powerful. How yoga changed your life?
Well, so I always dabbled, right? I was a Western dabbler.
Okay.
I practiced some asanas, and I said, this is boring. I don't understand. This is boring to me.
And you thought asana is yoga. Is that?
Yeah, because in the West, not everybody, because there are, and I don't want to say that there aren't sincere Western practitioners. There are many. They don't take the time to look into the deeper meaning
Yeah.
of why they're doing. I was just very fortunate because I had a roommate for a long time who lived in ashram. She wasn't from US. So when she came to US, she lived in an ashram. It was a
Hmm.
yoga. And I remember having a problem with my left hip. The thing was just locking up. It wouldn't move.
Hmm.
And she said, it's got nothing to do with your body.
Hmm.
That's your mother. I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, let me take you through some things. Let's practice for a
Hmm.
few weeks and let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
And she would begin to explain to me as I was in a particular asana.
Hmm.
Okay, so this is what's happening. This is why the body's sticking, because you have this blockage in this particular energy center. The hip is stuck because you have issues with mom, and you have to release those issues, and then your hip will release. And she began to really teach me how it was important to focus on why the body was doing what it was doing, which
Beautiful.
meant that she had to get into the mind.
Hmm.
And so, even though I wasn't very physically coordinated, I would feel this deep sense of peace. And I could maybe stay in a particular asana for 5-10 minutes as she was showing me how to allow the asana to deepen,
Hmm.
allow the energy to deepen, allow the relaxation to deepen, allow the mind to become still so that the body could adjust, not the other way around, trying to force the body to adjust and then having no peace in the mind because I was in pain. Let's be honest, because I was in physical pain. So how could my mind be at
Hmm.
peace?
Yeah.
But as she began to show me this, I started to realize that for years, I had been doing what lots of people do.
Hmm.
Yoga was just another form of exercise. So I don't like
Yeah.
to go to the gym, so I'll do yoga.
Hmm.
And the reality is that deepening of the understanding and of the practice, and part of which I actually attained from you, thanks to you and thanks to your sessions, you know, um, the idea that yoga is a way of life. It's not a physical practice.
Yeah.
Yoga off the mat, yoga on the mat, yoga when you're cooking, yoga when you're riding the train, and
Yeah.
when everything is going cuckoo around you and you're riding the train and the people are hollering and you can just, so yoga is this lifestyle, this practice.
Beautiful.
and
Hmm.
and so yeah, that's how the practice began to change me. um and then in relation to music, as you develop a deeper knowledge of the practice and you begin to integrate the practice, inculcate the practice into your life, the energy centers, you naturally develop a deeper awareness of those energy centers.
Yeah.
You can feel when one of those energy centers is out of balance, when one of those chakras is not rotating the way it needs to rotate, when one is working a little harder than the others, and you're creating an imbalance. So for music, for healing, you understanding yourself on a deeper level allows you to be open and to be a vessel for healing energy to come through you, because you're not healing anybody. Nobody's healing anybody. You're only a vessel.
Yeah.
You're only a channel.
Beautiful.
So if that channel is not aligned, if you're not aware of why it's not working, you won't be effective. So yoga is one of the ways in which you can become more effective in your musical practice and your healing practice.
Beautiful. Similarly, yoga changed my life also. What music did for you, what yoga did for you, similarly, yogic science changed my life. I was also completely lost, purposeless, introverted, no sense of confidence and every single thing. But with the certain practices, meditations, I realized, why I'm here. Because it changed, it brought that confidence within me. I'm here to share this knowledge, here to share my, that knowledge of yogic science and every single thing.